Hey guys, it is Stormy Driver here today for you. I am terrible at these intros, but I'm getting better. Anywho, today I'm going to talk about a great game that I really enjoy playing most of the time. Sometimes get on my nerves, just like War Thunder, but this is a good forgotten game. This is Armored Warfare. Now, this game originally came out, I believe it was 2014 by my.com, which I actually got interested in after I left Need for Speed World, and they were making a tank game. I was like, it looks interesting. I was playing War of the Tanks, and I didn't even know War Thunder really existed at the time. And as you can see in this game, and right now I'm in a PvE battle, and in this battle, it's pretty easy to kill AI. If I'm angling just a slight bit, and look how many shells I'm about to eat. About 4 or 5, I think, maybe 6, 7. I mean, like, this is just a slaughter. But the guy Dirk Wiggler I meet in a game actually later on, or well, I meet him in this game and I squad with him later on. And he's a good guy, good player. And anyway, yeah, this game, I feel like you don't see many YouTube videos going out on it, and you don't see many new updates to it either. On PC it's a lot bigger. It's pretty much the same thing as World of Tanks. I prefer it over World of Tanks though, mainly because, as you see, when you shoot at something, even when you're, even on the move, it will hit it. It'll hit where you're pointing. There's a little bit of shell variance, but not as much as World of Tanks. World of Tanks has extreme shell variance, which War Thunder has almost none of, but it does when it comes to large caliber shells, especially like 150 and bigger. They do vary a slight bit, but they are very close to target in long range. And at close range, they don't vary almost at all. They'll drop extremely, but they won't variate from side to side and all over the place. Like you see, my team is wrecking right now. But this is pre-recorded footage I did a while back, and I mean, I don't play the game that much, but I'd like to play it more. It's just not many people play the game, which is another thing. Coming to the game itself, there's a couple, like the Israeli tree. I heard, if you look on the website, it talks about the Israeli tree, which I'm hyped about, but I don't know when it's coming out. I didn't read the full article. And I mean, there's a couple of things coming to the game, but just normal news. It's nothing big. Like, haven't heard anything from Gamescom about it yet. I'll look it up after this video though, just to make sure. But anywho, I mean, I'd like to see this game change a lot, get a lot more players in it, but there's just so less players. You get into a PvE game almost instantly. Okay, I mean, that's what most people play in this. It's fun, easy. It's not as stressful. Some are very hard, like the Caribbean ones, but you do have to have like a tier 5 or tier 6 to get into those wiggle. But I mean, like, those ones, they used to be a tier 3, or actually any tier could be in a PvP, but they removed that because there wasn't enough people playing. You'd be in here like 10-15 minutes sometimes, not even get a single game. And that's just sad. It's not that the game isn't good. I think the game's excellent. I mean, it has good shooting physics, good guns, good ammo types. Sometimes they're a little glitchy, Like, if you just aim for the weaknesses, it doesn't really show, like, the penetration, like in War Thunder. But if just by the green, like in War of Tanks and Arcade War Thunder, it's pretty much the same thing. All the weaknesses are very similar to War Thunder. There are tanks with ERA, though, so you can't penetrate those very easily unless you have ATGMs or higher tier stuff. But I mean, I don't have very high tiers. The highest I have is tier 5, the M60A3, if I'm correct. Yeah, A3. Yeah. Okay. And that has ERA. That's one of my favorites because they're you'll bounce shots all over the place. But I haven't tried in PvP because they removed PvP, and this is also another battle in the Leo 1. The past was just a regular T62. Is also a tier 3 Leo 1. And anywho, I mean, the player base is really good. I mean, I can't say that because most people don't talk. I talk sometimes, but usually don't get a response back. Dirk was one of the only people that actually talked to me. That was nice. I was playing Rainbow last night, and people actually talked to me, and it was actually nice. But onto the topic. I'm getting off topic. This is a great game I feel that a lot of people are forgetting about. It's just like War of Tanks and War Thunder, but modern. And even though it's a little bit of a combination of both, it just doesn't have the player base that either of them have. And it's really the third biggest tank game, unless you count mobile and maybe a few PC games like Lil 2 Stalingrad. Was it? Yeah, Lil 2 Stalingrad is coming to tanks as well. Simulator, like full-on sim, inside tank and everything. I'd love to get that game when it comes out. But yeah, see, that's people talking right there. But anywho, this game, the Caribbean Crisis, was the most recent update, which it's a nice update, but it's all against AI, and when it first came out, it was so hard I could not even, I think, get past the second mission or something. It was just so hard. Like the AIs had like such good aim, and then they fixed it, made the AIs a lot better, and then they did something else to make it worse again. And, I don't know. You have to have a tier 5 or 6 to do that in the first place, so you better be a good player and have a good vehicle as well. In this game, it's more focused on, you know, main battle tanks, light tanks, and also a lot of these little buggers called they're like SPGs, but they like have wheels and stuff. Like that's an M60, but like it's most of the good vehicles are the big main battle tanks, which can be medium and heavy tanks. Like the Abrams, you know, it's a tier 6. I mean, like this Leo is a tier 3. And like they have the Leopard 2A4, I believe, at tier 6 or 7. Maybe 7 or 8 actually. But I mean, you know, it's very similar to High Tier War Thunder, except that there's a lot more modern stuff, a lot more ERA, a lot more complex shells. Like you see, you know, I have Sabo, you know, Heat FS, and Hesh. Now in this game, you know, like I'm using, you know, Sabo, which works. Takes a lot. It's the Leo, the T62, and the M60 all have great guns, but high reload times. Like some of the most overpowered ones in this game are either the main battle tanks with the excellent guns but high reload times, or those little SPGs that are tank destroyers that have wheels and like 20mm cans with armor piercing rounds, and they just obliterate everything. They just go brrrr, and with like instant reload. Like the LE 150 is just so good. I mean, that's tier 2. So, but anyway, you know. So you just go to the capture point, you know, you get a few AI kills before you get there, and that's it. I mean, PvP is very similar. There's also airstrikes and a lot of fighting going on. PvP, I think the overall like gameplay is very good, but you know, it'll be nice to actually have players to play it. More people need to get into this game. Also, anyone that's actually a developer or anything associated with this game or my.com, you know, I'd like to, you know anything that's going off this game. You know, I'd like to do content on it. And people, if you want to play, let me know. I'm on PS4, so have a nice day, guys. God bless you, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Just figured it needed to be done. So have a great day.